Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we're going to be ranking every Rast-A-Fri hair that I have tried on this channel. That is right, I've only done a video like this one other time. I ranked every single free tress hair that I had ever tried, and I realized I want to do more, but then at that point I realized I have not tried as many hair in one particular brand. I've been all over the place. I've tried probably over 100 hair on this channel at this point, but they've been different brands. I've tried abundance of free tress, and they're probably the highest, but then I was like, I've tried at least 10. Looking at my list, at least 10 Rast-A-Fri hair, and I'm like, I finally hit it. I finally hit at least 10 so that I'm able to rank the best and the worst, or worst to best. And it's hard with a brand like Rast-A-Fri because they have such great hair. One, I love that they have a black creative director. Well, a lot of brands I've realized don't have that, but they prominently display her on the back of their packaging and let you know as a buyer they have black input. Even if the brand is not black owned, which we know 99% of crochet hair brands are not black owned, I do want them to have black leadership, people who look like me on the board making decisions, because they know what we like. Like, I would love to be in the room. I want to be in the room where it happens and we get to decide what goes where and what curls customers will love. That would be a dream job of mine. I love that they have that influence and that person in the space to speak about that. So that's why I try this hair a lot. And I also love their color options. I think I've always said this from the very beginning. I think that Rast-A-Fri does an incredible job at their color selections. I've almost commented that they might have too many because I get overwhelmed. I'm trying to debate when you're buying things online, which I do have to buy a lot of Rast-A-Fri hair online because we do not have them in stores here. They are a heavily West Coast brand. I do have to rely on online. So I'm trying to decide, what hair color is this going to be? What is a HRBW 3590-227? That's the one I think thing about them is like, yes, y'all have so many colors, but it becomes overwhelming, especially if I'm trying to picture what something will look like in my head. Heavily West Coast. So if you're in the West Coast, you probably can find them in stores. Unfortunately, I don't know about Midwest and every other region, but they are based out of, I believe, California in terms of where majority of their shipments come from. They have not, like In-N-Out Burger, they have not made their way over here. But I like a lot of their hair, and I'm going to talk about a lot of their hair. I do have a Rast-A-Fri hair in right now, and it of course will be talked about in the discussions today. But let's start with number 10. So the hair that I did not love the most is the Rast-A-Fri Jamaican Bounce hair. Love the color, love the color, love the overall kind of look about it. I just find it to be a higher maintenance hair, more stringy hair. It's not as formed and rigid. I like my hair more rigid. I don't like my hair super ooey soft because I do not get a longevity out of it. I like my hair to have a little bit of tooth to it, a little bit of rigidity to it. I like it to remain in its structure. And I just felt like that hair, hard to separate, lost a lot of strands through the fight to install that hair. So that curl, although beautiful, I don't think it's a high like hair on my page. And right now, again, I made this list before I'd even worn this hair a week. I made this list. I went to New York on Wednesday. So on Tuesday, I was like, okay, I got to make my script because I want to film on Saturday. And I, coming back from a trip, you don't want to have to think. So I wrote my prompt for this video. And so I put the hair I have in at number 9. Now, that means I have a lot of good hair on this list. And again, I'm still wearing this hair. I debated whether to put this on while I'm still wearing it. Normally, rankings happen when I'm done and I've gotten all my thoughts. So I'm making this video at my 1 week thoughts portion. I don't know if this video is going to go up before my review or after my review, but a review will be coming. So anything and everything I say right now is temporary, but I put this at number 9 because I had the same challenges I had with the Jamaican curl in the install of it, where it was just so soft, so stringy, lost a lot of good hair through the fight to install. Love the color of it, beautiful color, but I did take this hair with me to New York. I made this script before I went to New York, and it didn't give me a lot of problems in New York. My biggest thing about it was I just felt self-conscious about how big it is. Like, I mean, I'm in the Big Apple with a big hair. The first day I tried to pull it back to tame it. And then after that, I was like, let me just wear big hair. I don't care if it's giving lion's mane, Mufasa. I don't care what it's giving. I just liked it better in this big hair vibe. But again, I hated that install. So I was making this rankings coming straight off that install. And I was like, 9, beautiful color. But another thing I just noted in my 1 week thoughts as I reviewed it is very dry feeling. It feels very, very dry. I've not put a product in it at this point. Nothing has gone in it. I'm sure I'll put Hawaiian Silky in it and talk more about that in my final thoughts of this. But that install was atrocious. I hated that install. It was not a fun install. Coming off of installing the Yankee twist hair and then getting into this, I just was like over it. My floors needed a good vacuum. It was a mess. Right above that, we have a lake wave. I've tried the Rast-A-Fri lake wave, which is probably equivalent to like an ocean wave type of a vibe. I really liked it. Again, a wave will never be my favorite hair, so that's where it ranks where it was, but it was a pretty okay wave. Next hair, number 7, we have the Rast-A-Fri Pond Curl. Really nice curl. Can't say enough about it. I think as we get past lake wave, everything else is just, until I get to my heavy hitters, everything else is just good. Pond curl it was a cute curl. Same thing with Rast-A-Fri twist out hair. Very strong performer, very cute hair. Not my number 1 hair, but I really like that twist out hair. Next hair, I combined 2. It was the Rast-A-Fri Tropical Curl and the Rast-A-Fri Island Crimp hair. I've gotten a comment on this channel literally yesterday. I think last night, or, I don't know, it might have came somewhere in the last week, but within the last 7 days, I got a comment that said, more blended hairs, more blended hairs. And this was a blended hair. My one why I don't do a lot of blends on this channel isn't because I don't think blends are beautiful. I think blends give you a different curl. They give you variety. They give you big hair. I love a good blend. The issue with a blend for me is I do run a crochet hair review channel. So I want to say what goes right, what goes wrong. In a blend, I don't know who's the bad. If somebody's a bad apple, I can't point to it. So in my review or in my wear of the island and the tropical curl together, I like them together, but maybe I would have liked one separately. If I did a whole head of island crimp, if I did a whole hair of tropical, maybe island crimp was the better hair and it just outperformed and made the blend feel like, oh my God, I love this, when tropical alone could be like get this out of my head. So it's hard when you have 2 hair blended together. They can come together. One might tangle more, interacting with the other, making that tangle more, making that frizz more, making that just become a mess. So I think if I was blending 2 things that I maybe had tried before, 2 things that are heavy hitters, that are powerful performers, if you will, and I had that to go off of, I think that would be beautiful. But it's hard when I am trying 2 new things like I was with the tropical curl. It's hard to say if one was performing badly. I hear you when you say you want blends, and I probably, maybe in year 10 of me having this channel, I will have more blend ability with most of my hair. But it's just hard to blend when you want to make sure that you're not being overly critical with one over the other. My next hair, Rast-A-Fri Rain Curl, loved it. I think it's really similar to the Dream Romance, which we'll talk about in a minute on this hair, so I won't bury the lead with that, but I think it's a stronger, low maintenance, just a bouncy curl. I love a good bouncy curl. Liked that hair, beautiful color, overall well-rounded hair. Next, the Ziggy braid. I love that hair. I took that hair with me on a cruise. I think it did what it needed to do on that cruise. It is very similar to the Free Trust Brazilian braid. So, if people were like, choose one over the other, they're the same hair. They're the exact same hair. I'm not going to choose one over the other because they are literally the same exact thing. You buy one, you're buying the other. Essentially, you might have more color options with Rast-A-Fri, but you're getting the same thing as you would with the Free Trust Brazilian braid. Next hair, I went back and forth with my number 1 and 2. So we're in the number 1 and number 2 spot. So number 2, Dream Romance. I liked it. Low maintenance, very beautiful curl, nice hair, feels good, not dry, good install, just overall 10s all around. Water friendly, active friendly, all of that. However, number 1, we have the Rast-A-Fri Tahiti curl. And why does it rank number 1, you might ask? I love a good naturalness. If you watch my human hair rankings video, my preference is a nice curl. It's a nice hair that mirrors my own hair. As fun as it is looking like this today and having my hair like, yeah, this is cute, I just love something that mirrors my own hair. I had a little bit of leave out, so it blended so well. The color was a 10 out of 10 match. It gave me my hair in a wash and go without me having to do my hair in a wash and go. And we love that. We love natural. We love affordable, and that's another thing. All these are synthetic, but they are affordable synthetic. You will have to ship them. I get a lot of my Rast-A-Fri hair from Trends Beauty Supply Store. I got this one, I believe, from Elevate Styles. They're just here and there, and that's the one con I'd say about this company, is that I just wish, one, they just had a better one-stop shop where I could buy a lot of hair, because they have a lot that I don't even think I've tried because I can't find it. Like if I look on the Rast-A-Fri, the brand site, like the overarching, each like brand has a site, you can't purchase from it, but it's like a catalog where people who run beauty supply stores could order bulk, or they could do this. I see a lot of their offerings. However, I don't know where to find any of those offerings. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful, that looks nice, where would I get that? And that's the one thing I will say. But overall, those are my rankings, my opinions, my thoughts on what I've tried. You guys let me know your opinions, thoughts, and which hair you like the best, the worst. If there's a Rast-A-Fri hair that I can somehow get my hands on that you would like me to try, please let me know all those great details down below. And while you're down there, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Even if you didn't, we want all the love and support over here on this channel, as well as we want you to subscribe so you don't miss a thing we do over here, and have that notification bell on so you're assured you don't miss a thing we do over here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 to keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at Lia Lavon, which is a few more shenanigans and a bit more real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.